Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Diamond, your favorite social media manager, giving business owners tips on how to build their brand using influencer marketing. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the best influencer campaign for small businesses, which is a gifting campaign. So let's just jump right into it. What is a gifting campaign? So a gifting campaign is just when you send your product to a bunch of influencers for free, and in exchange, they either create content or promote your brand in some type of way. Okay, so let's get into why is this the best campaign for small business owners. But before we jump into that, I want to preface this by saying that gifting campaigns are not just for small businesses. Major brands like Fenty Beauty, Tarte Cosmetics, GoPro, all these major brands do gifting campaigns, and they do them on a regular basis. So if you follow any type of influencer, then you would have seen that they have done like a live or in their stories type of unboxing. And you will notice that most of them say that they got, some PR packages to their PO box. What this is that some major brands, again, like Fenty Beauty, are just sending out their products regularly to influencers with the intention and hope that the influencer will unbox the products and show it off to their audience. That's it. It's super simple but so effective. So just because I am saying that this is the best campaign for small businesses, do not think about it as like some secondhand or hand-me-down campaign. No, this campaign has been used by major brands for years, and so now it's time for small business owners like you to utilize this power. Also, gifting campaigns are not the only type of influencer campaign that you can use for your small business. I do have a video going over all the different types of campaigns that you can use, so I will put that in the cards right here or in the description box to check it out and kind of get some ideas about the pros and cons of each campaign. But for now, let's hop right into more about the gifting campaign. The gifting campaigns are great for brands who are just getting started with using influencer marketing and brands who have a low budget. And so when I say low budget, that really just depends on your specific brand. You just have to take in consideration if you have the budget to do a paid campaign or if you want to go the gifting campaign route. And I would definitely suggest this as the first campaign that you do, because it allows you to kind of get your feet wet. It kind of allows you to see how the whole process works without putting so much pressure on if you're going to see a return on your investment. The gifting campaigns are very cost effective. It's really just the price of the product from your inventory and shipping. That's really all the costs that are associated with this. So again, super great for brands that are just starting out or have a low budget. So what you want to do is you want to pick several different influencers to send your product to, and that's kind of the whole point of a gifting campaign. You want to cast a wide net. You don't want to just send your product to one influencer, because with gifting campaigns, they're not paid. So if you send your product to 10 influencers, maybe only 5 of them will promote it, which that's still a really good outturn, because again, you're not paying the influencer to talk about your product. So you want to set a wide net and just ensure that you are going to get some traction from this campaign. So the pros of a gifting campaign is that you get to increase your brand exposure, your brand awareness, you get your brand seen in front of a new audience, and you're going to increase your engagement. So you probably will get some new customers from this, some new people checking you out. So it's really good if you really just want to get the word out about your brand. And cons, like I was saying before, it is a toss-up, like a coin flip of which influencers will actually promote your product, which ones won't. And so you really have to take that in consideration. But I'm going to give you some tips on how you can kind of, make sure that most of the influencers that you send your product to, they're actually going to promote it for you. Okay, so let's talk about getting started. The first thing that you want to do is you want to plan out the campaign. So you may be thinking, why am I going to plan out the campaign and all this good stuff if I'm literally just picking influencers and sending them my product? And the answer is because if you are truly going to start using influencer marketing for your business in a strategic way, you want to get in the habit from the very first campaign that you do with doing things the right way. Because with different campaigns, you're going to have to actually plan it out and put some thought into it. So the first thing you want to do is to write out some guidelines or objectives. Do you want to increase your brand awareness? Do you want to increase your website traffic? Do you want to increase your sales? Write down what your goals are for this specific campaign. And the next thing that you want to do is you want to set a campaign budget. And I know what you're going to say, like, what a budget? You literally just told me that it basically doesn't cost anything to do this, and it doesn't. But again, I do want you to get in the habit of thinking ahead to different campaigns where you are going to have an actual budget, and this kind of just gets you in the mindset of doing things the right way. So for a gifting campaign, the way that you set the campaign budget is with a simple equation. So you want to take the amount of product that you plan to gift times the cost of the product, and that will let you know approximately how many influencers you can afford to work with. And the final thing you want to do when you're planning out this campaign is to have a contract and a campaign brief available. So I did talk about campaign brief in my last video. It's really just a document outlining the guidelines and expectations that you have for the campaign. And I believe in next week's video, I'm gonna go deeper into what a campaign brief looks like and what you should include in that one. So just stay tuned for that video. The next thing you want to do is you want to find the right influencer for your brand. Again, I do have a video showing you how you can find influencers for your brand, so I'll put that in the description box below, and I will have another video going deeper into that, because that's where a lot of business owners get tripped up and it can seem like the hardest part. So I definitely want to give you guys more value about how you can do that. But some things that you want to consider and look for right now is brand alignment. So is their brand, their content, their values, is that aligned with your brand and your values? If you are a hair care brand and you pride yourselves on only using cruelty-free ingredients, very organic, natural ingredients, then it does not make sense for you to partner with an influencer who does not care about those things. Influencer has never said, I really look at the ingredients that I use and I make sure that everything I use and I put in my body is organic and vegan and all that stuff, which there's nothing wrong with that, but partnering with somebody like that is not going to reflect positively on your brand and the reputation that you set forth for your brand. So you want to really be careful about that. The next thing you want to look at is engagement rate. I think we've all heard this before, but you truly want to make sure that their audience is just not vanity metrics. You want to deep dive and look into how engaged is their audience with their content. The next thing you want to consider is their actual content. So you want to make sure that your product or the product that you're going to send to them is going to actually naturally fit into their lifestyle. So again, if you have a whole product line of skincare products, you want to make sure that maybe the influencer that you're sending your product to has some problems with like dry skin. You see her talking about that in her stories a lot, that she has really dry skin. So if you have a product that caters to dry skin, that's the product you would want to send her versus another product that caters to oily skin. You see what I mean? You kind of want to do your research and your homework on who the influencer is and the type of content that they produce. Here is a pro tip that you kind of want to keep in mind when you're sending the products to the influencer. So there is a trend, it's called Small Business Unboxing Saturday, where influencers will collect all of the products that they received in their PO box and unbox them on a Saturday. So it's just their way of supporting small businesses. So what you want to do is you want to put on your FBI hat, you know, and you want to start doing some research, and you want to figure out if any of the influencers that you are reaching out to do that type of content. If they do, then you also want to go in and see, do they do this content once a month, every 2 weeks? How often do they do it? And that way you can be really strategic when you're sending the products out to them. You want to think about if you're having any sales, product launches, anything like that. Is there something going on in your business that you want to raise more awareness about? And that would be a good time to kind of coordinate when you send out the products to the influencers. Okay, moving right along, let's talk about reaching out to the influencer. This is a critical stage of this campaign, of this process, because it can really make or break this campaign. So one, you want to reach out to them and authentically connect with them. You want to connect with their stories, their content. You want them to notice you, basically. Don't spam them, but just, you know, organically connect with them. If they ask a question in one of their polls, take the poll, you know. If you like one of their posts, like it, comments, put some of your flair, something that makes your brand special, you know, put some of that into your commenting. Don't just comment a heart emoji or something like that. But you don't want the first time the influencer ever hears about your brand is when they're unboxing your product. You don't want that. You want them to have some familiarity with you and with your brand already. That way, when they see that they receive the product from you, they're more likely to be like, huh, I remember this brand. They're always saying something cute under my photos or something. And they're more likely to feel connected to you and want to promote your product. Because remember, they're doing this for free. So you really need to do a lot on your part in order to make sure that this campaign is successful. Another thing that you can do to ensure that the campaign is successful is you can send an outreach email. Now, you do not have to do this, but I have found that when I am doing gifting campaigns for my clients, we always have the best results when I do an outreach email. So what I'll do is I'll have my list of influencers that I've scoped out, I've researched, got my FBI hat on. I've done my research on them and I've connected with them through my client's Instagram account. So, you know, we're building some rapport, and then I will send a formal outreach email. Now, when I say formal, I don't mean like very stiff and robotic. I just mean that it's not in their DMs and it's a little bit more structured. Like when a brand reaches out and pitches to an influencer about a paid deal, they email them, they don't DM them, right? So you want to kind of keep that same energy. And sending an outreach email helps to strengthen the connection that you already built with the influencer on their social platforms. You're taking this off of social now. You're really establishing this as a true partnership. And if you reached out and you have received a response, you want to send them a couple of updates. Do not spam them again. I cannot stress this enough. Do not spam these people's emails, okay? Don't do that. But you want to just send them the tracking update. Just, you know, if they have a tracking number, send that to them. And that way you're letting them know that you value their time. They're not just sitting there waiting for you to send this. No, you are proactively making sure that this whole partnership runs smoothly. And the next thing you want to do is get your brand together. You want to make sure that your branding, packaging, your social medias, and your website is all on point, okay? You do not want to have an influx of people coming to your website and it looks janky. You do not want that, right? You want to kind of present your best foot forward if you're going to be receiving this new brand awareness. And packaging is a very specific thing because when they are doing the unboxing, a lot of the times they will show the cutest packaging. If the packaging is really nice and it's not just a box, those are the ones that they're really gonna show because it's cute, you know, it's more aesthetically pleasing. So you really want to make sure that your packaging, at least for the ones that you're sending out to the influencers, is a little notch above your regular packaging. You can also include a handwritten note. That's just something nice. It's a personal touch, so it seems like you put a little bit more thought into it. And you can also include a promo code for their followers if you can or if you want. But that is, again, something a little added touch, like, thank you so much for unboxing this, here's 15% off for your followers. That again just adds a little bit more. It sets you apart from the other people who are just sending them products. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is tracking the results. Now, this one is a little different because you truly may not know which results is coming from that specific campaign, but there are a couple things that you can do to really track everything and see which influencer and which campaign had the best return on your investment, right? So if you're sending out a promo code, you can track those. So that's really good to see where the sales are coming from. And you can also track like your reach and impressions. If you're having an uptake in your reach, your impressions, I know it's vanity, but your followers, people starting to engage more with you, then you do want to look to see if any of the influencers actually did unbox your product and track that within the time frame. Now, the next thing that you want to do, and this one is so important, you want to stay in touch. Yes, stay in touch with them even after the campaign is over. Influencer marketing, it's all about building connections and building relationships. This may not have been a paid partnership now, but once your business grows, it can turn into a paid partnership. And you want to let the influencer know that you're appreciative of them unboxing your products and putting it in front of a new audience. You really want to say thank you for that, you know, because again, it is not paid, it is free. They did not have to do that, but they did. And so you want to be extra appreciative towards the fact that they took the time out to do that. And you want to just follow up naturally, organically. You can do this in the DMs. You can ask questions like, how is the product working for them? Do they have any questions? Anything like that, you know? And again, let them know that there is a future possibility of paid partnerships in the future and that you would love to continue building this relationship with them. A little like courtesy like that goes a long way. Okay guys, that's it for this video. I hope that this helped you kind of understand what a gifting campaign is and how you can use it for your small business. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!